Hey, it's the Chief with Bonding with Board Games. And I really enjoyed talking about Scotch and the upcoming Scotch tasting. By the way, my shepherd pup is going to be walking around the background, so you may hear a clicky clack. I enjoyed talking about it so much that I wanted to come and talk about it one more time. And, you know, I don't know if I'll do this, and I'll watch your comments down below, but I may even come in and just do, you know, a little 2-minute deal on gaming every once in a while or something. I wanted to talk about Scotch a little bit, and bourbon to a lesser extent. One thing about my two main hobbies, which is Scotch, or the reviewing of Scotch, and board games, is that both of them allow me to focus on the present. Sometimes I get very caught up in the future, or occasionally in thinking about the past. I think we all do. But I noticed first when I was board gaming that it almost gave me relief, a break. I've got a real high intense internal dialogue, and I learned when I was board gaming, I attuned my focus into the game, and some of the chatter went away. Same deal with reading. I'm an avid reader. And when I'm focusing on a very nice glass of Scotch, and I'm nosing it, and I'm tasting it, and I'm trying to figure out everything that I'm recognizing, I notice I'm very much in the moment. But let's go back to reading. If anyone's ever interested in some more information on either bourbon or Scotch, I recommend for whiskey, Scotch whiskey, Whiskey Classified. I'll put a little notes or something on the author and everything. Whiskey Classified is kind of a different way to classify your Scotch. Instead of it being done by region, which I won't go into, it's done by flavor profile, which is, in my opinion, a much better way to classify it. A lot of Islays are, well, I won't even get into it. It's a good way to classify it. So you consider and say, hey, this tastes a certain way, and it's not necessarily just because it's from a region, it's just the way it tastes. Another one for those that are interesting, Bourbon Curious. First, you get the histories of Scotch and bourbon in these books, and then they go into, well, they just tunnel down. So if you're an avid reader and you wanted to catch up on whiskey or of any type, check those out. All right. Meanwhile, back at the Scotch pub crawl, please come out and join us for that Board Game Geek convention, non-official event. It's going to be like a pub crawl, but a room crawl. I'll be hosting it. There should be maybe a geek list up by now that's going to have people volunteering to bring specific bottles. I got to name down or get down the list of the ones that we're going to be bringing, but I should have that done by the time you're viewing this. So please come join us. There's no snobbery involved. There's a very low barrier of entry. Bring yourself. You don't have to bring a bottle. You don't have to pay for anything. You do not have to host a room. Just join us. So that's about as low a barrier of entry as you can get. And by no means am I an expert. Period. So come join us, BGG 2015, Thursday the 19th, for a specific rooms and times, probably 7 p.m., to be announced much closer to the actual Board Game Geek convention. In the meantime, if you want, go read up on it and be present in the moment. It's the Chief from Bonding with Board Games. See you guys. Bye.